Hello everyone. Let us now discuss how can we solve this problem. First, let me explain you what is given in the description clearly. So, we are having infinite lakes in our country, right? So, we are having infinite lakes. First thing is that. Now, we are given with array nothing but rains. Now, this range contains zeros. I'll tell you what does that zeros mean. And there are some numbers which are greater than 0. There might be 1, 2, 3 and so on. As I said, there will be infinite legs. Now, we got a 1 here. What does that mean? Is we will be filling lake 1, right? Now, there is a problem here. Now, if we have a 0, we need to dry a lake greedily. I'll tell you why greedily. So, if you got 1 here and a 0 here, now you might get a 2 and here 1. I'll tell you one thing here. So, imagine this is lake 1 and this is lake 2. Lake 1 and lake 2. Now, lake 1 is filled at this time, right? Lake 1 is filled at this time, and here at this time lake 2 is also filled. Now, I got a 1 here, right? Now, when I got a 0, I need to dry a lake. What if I dried lake number 2? Let us just imagine I have dried lake number 2. Now, lake 2 is empty. When it comes to lake 1 here, I need to fill lake 1. As it is already filled, if I fill that again, it will be flooded, right? So we need to avoid flooding. So how I'll do is instead of drying the lake number 2, I'll just dry lake number 1 at this time. Now I have dried lake number 1, so the answer array will be 1 here. And when it is like this 1, we need to just make it as minus 1. If it is greater than 0, it will be minus 1, right? So now I have dried or emptied lake number 1. Then when I got lake number 1 again, I'll just fill it, right? So this is how I avoid flooding. There is a case like something like 1 0 uh, 1 1 0 2 0 1 comma 2. Let us just imagine this scenario of rains. Now, as I said, answer will be initialized with everything with 1. I'll tell you why. Now, I have 1. So, what I'll do is store when I got this lake. So, I got lake number 1 at index 0. Let me also give you the indices 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going through how can I solve this problem. MP of 1 is equal to 0. So, answer of I need to be changed to minus 1. Why? Because range of I is greater than 0. Now, it is 0. At this moment of time, I need to dry a lake. But I'll not do it. I'll tell you why. But instead of letting dry it the before legs, what I'll do is include those indices where I got 0, right? So I got a 0 at 1. Now, let me go here. Here I got 1. Just I got 1. I am not changing it. Now, I got a 2. So, change it to minus 1 and MP of 2 is equal to MP of 2 where 2 is present at index 2. I am just changing the color again, so don't worry. So here I got let me go to the next index where I got 0, right? Now I got a 0, so I'll store the index where this 0 is present at 3. Now I'll go to this index 4. At index 4, I got a 1. I will check in the unordered map, do I got a 1 before? Yes, Of course, I got a zero, a 1. Lake number 1 is filled at index 0, right? So, 0. Now, where I am at 4. I need, I need that index between 0 and 4, excluding 0 and 4, right? So, from 1 to 3, I need the lower bound. I'll tell you. I need the least index where it is 0. The index where it is 0. The least index, right? So I'll search and I'll get 1, and at that index I'll make it as what is the lake that I need to dry? The lake I need to dry is 1. Now, you might say, why don't take 3, this index 3, and make it use it for drying lake number 1? So you might ask me that, and let me do it. So what I am doing here is drawing the lake number 1 here. Now I got a 0 here, right? Now let me tell you how it works. I didn't change it. I'm just making it as 0. I am not changing anything. So for this one, I have dried here. Here it is dried, right? Here it is filled, and here it is dried. Lake number 1, and here it is filled again. Now, lake number 2 is filled here, and again it is filling here. So it will result in flooding. So what we will do is just selecting the least index where we can empty or dry the lake number 1. So we'll remove this, and here I will change it to I am just drying the lake number 1. So I'll change it to 1, right? So it is only containing number 3. So at this point of time, let me change it to -1, and MP of 1 now will be changed to 4, right? Okay. Now let me go to the next index where I got a 2, right? So here this 2 is already present at index 2. So where I need to search for? I need to search for from uh, greater than 2 and lesser than 5. It is not like inclusion without including 2 and 5. So I need to search between these if there is a 0. Yes, I got a 0 at 3, and I'll just change the answer to 2 here, and it is greater than 0. So I'll just change it to -1. You might ask me, what if the array starts with zeros itself? There are no lakes to drag. So at the time, we'll just return ones. So what we are using here, MP unordered map, to store the indices where the lakes are present, and a set, let me name it as ST, which stores the indices where zeros are present, and we got answer which is nothing but n comma 0. N is nothing but range dot size. So let me just code this for you. If we are flooding anything, if it is impossible to avoid flooding, then just return an empty array. So int n is equal to range dot size. This is the first thing, and unordered map int comma int mp. This is to store the indices where lakes are given, right? So then set of int, let me name it as st, and vector of int answer, which is n comma 1. Then for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Then if range of I is equal to 0, if range of I is equal to 0, st dot insert, we are just inserting it into our this index into our set. If not, else if mp dot find range of I is not equal to mp dot end, right? At this moment of time, auto, I'm just using a binary search so that I'll get the least index. You can't go in linearly, which takes big O of n. Instead it takes big O of log n. in binary search. So auto a is equal to st dot upper upper bound of mp of range of I, sorry, mp of range of I if a is not is equal to st dot end. That means we have find out an index where it is a least index where we got a 0. Now answer of star a, that means we are changing where the answer this answer index is equal to range of I. Then st dot erase, as we have removed 3 here, that's what I did, sorry, 1 here. So st dot erase a, and if we didn't find, we are just returning an empty array. I think everything is clear for you now. After that after that if it is find it out, or even if it is not found out, answer of I is equal to -1. Why? Because it is not 0. As it is greater than 1, we are just changing it as -1. mp of range of I is equal to I, as I said you. Then return the answer at the end. I think it will run clearly without any compile or logic error. Yes, let me submit the code. I'll also give the code in the description. Go and check it. And if you have if you have understood the problem, please let me know in the comment section. And if you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments too. So please do like the video and share to your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.